what's happening? You already know who this is. This is your guy, D Good, on What's Happening TV on another IDB Time production. Do you hear me? Say, I went to this church called Shallow Baptist Church in Port Arthur, Texas. You feel me? Little old Port Arthur, Texas. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, I do know why I chose this church to end up going to. I just feel like God was talking to me. And I went to the church and it was a wrap. You feel me? But anyways, make long story short, you feel me? I was coming into church tonight thinking, you know, it's the men Bible study. Now I knew something was up because it was too many cars in the, you know, parking way. I'm like, man, it's too many cars for the man Bible study. You know what I'm saying? It was the man, you know, I was looking forward for the iron sharpen iron tonight. You know what I'm saying? But something very interesting happened. What happened, Denzel? I never been to the church where the church was talking about the finances of how they operate the church. I was like, okay. Now, people didn't hear me. I was listening. I heard some people saying, some people was like, well, if he don't want to be here, he ain't have to be here. But I said, you know what? I was going to go. You feel me? But I feel like it was necessary for me to sit down today and listen to what the preacher was saying today. The preacher was talking about the tithe and offering and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? And did y'all know church was a business? You know what I'm saying? Did y'all know that? I didn't know the church operate like a business. I didn't even know the church was having meetings about how the finances was helping the church. I'm like, okay, this is interesting to me. Because most of the church I go to, it has been mega churches. You know, well, I'm talking about churches big and beautiful, look like a college campus. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You feel me? But the preacher was saying how they operate and the debt ratio and what they was planning on doing with the church and how they trying to establish the church more with the finances of the church. I like, oh, interesting. So the pastor was asking, do anybody have any questions or concerns? And you know, I kind of talk a lot and I ask questions a lot. You feel me? So with the questions that I was hearing, I said, man, I need to ask this question. Not really ask a question and a statement at the same time. I said, I got up. Pastor, you know, I don't tithe. I don't tithe. You feel me? Because, you know, I feel like some of these pastors living better than me. Why should I tithe? The pastor said, well, young man, good question. And the church looked at me like I was crazy too. The church looked at me like, you don't tithe? Yeah, you heard what I said, I don't tithe. But the pastor had said something. He said, son, have you ever read Malachi chapter 3? I said, nope. He said, son, you might want to read it and try to understand it of why tithing or why you should tithe. And I said, yeah. And I went home and I read it. But before I read it, you know what I'm saying? Before I went home and read it, I had people coming to me and talking to me within the church, and they said, listen, man, tithing really work. I said, man, I give to God, but I don't give that money. That ain't funny. That ain't funny. You know, and I guess I really don't tithe because of the fact that I only see the representation, which is a pastor. Now, I'm not speaking of this pastor, but I'm speaking on pastors before that I saw. You know, some pastors had that money. And I'm like, man, why should I give them my money up? They got money. But at the same time, I'm holding the standards to a pastor that I don't even hold my own standards. So why should I judge another person when I'm not doing right? It's easy to look at somebody and say, hey, you don't do this, so why should I do it? That's deep right there. But anyways, I went home and read Medicare. Man, Medicare 3 is good, man. Sometimes we be robbing God without even knowing it. But I'm not fit to come up here and preach about chapter Malachi 3 when I'm still trying to understand it. I'm not fit to do you like that. But what I am going to say is, man, sometimes we need to be at a place where we need to get polished up with certain things. And sometimes, yes, you can get polished on your own, but sometimes you need help. You need the help of the community to polish you. And I feel like within our community, we're missing teamwork. You know what I'm saying? We don't understand teamwork. And what we really think, we think how society is, that's how the church is. And sometimes we feel like church should be a quick fix place to really get healed, and it don't work like that. And sometimes when you go to church, you be like, man, I ain't finna go to church. These people judging me, trying to judge me, correct me, belittle me. I'm not finna go to no church. Why should I go to the church? That church should not be like that. Let me pause you. Whenever you get sick, right, where you go? You go to a hospital, a doctor, you go somewhere that somebody can help with whatever problem that you have. You feel me? And sometimes when we go to our doctor, I remember one time the doctor had told me, baby, do you eat a lot of cheese? I said, yes, ma'am. She said, well, you might want to stop that. I said, why is that? She said, a heart attack or a stroke is waiting for you. Did I want her to stop eating cheese? No, I love cheese, especially when you cook that homemade burrito, put that sliced cheese in that burrito and put that shredded cheese on top and put that can of chili and you just, ooh, that cheese is just good. The whole time I was killing myself. Not even knowing it. Not even knowing it. And I want to watch what I say. I really do. When sometimes you need correction, sometimes the correction might be insulting, but sometimes you need that correction in order for you can understand how you can move in real time. Pimp C said it a long time. Yeah, I said Pimp C. Port Arthur, Texas represented too. I'm dead. You feel me? I'm not from Port Arthur, I'm from Houston. But Pimp C said, the things that taste good for you is not necessarily good for you. And the things that taste bad for you is good for you. So when you go to the church, yes, they're gonna judge you. Yes, they're gonna try to correct you. Yes, they might belittle you, you know, because they don't understand the type of behavior. Sometimes the church can be the worst place than ever. You know what I'm saying? But it should not be like that. I'm not saying that you should come to Shallow Baptist Church. You should though. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You feel me? But what I'm saying is sometimes we do need some correction. And just because we're getting corrected, that don't necessarily mean it's bad for us. It can actually be good for us. So don't be scared of the correction that you're gonna receive, because that correction that you receive matter of fact can save your life. If I never went to the doctor and the doctor told me I had high cholesterol, would I be talking right now? Probably no. But at the end of the day, what I'm trying to tell you is, ain't nothing wrong with a little correction. Sometimes that correction can be what you need to get you on that right path to head to the right direction. So again, I went to Shallow Baptist Church, Baptist called front. No, I'm still learning his name. You feel me? But I'm excited to see the teaching he can bring to this church. And best believe I'm gonna give y'all an update.